Most of you are aware that KTSY has a thing in the park every year. They've been doing it for about 5 years, and we've been involved for, I believe, 3 or 4 years. This might be our 4th year or 5th year. I've kind of lost count. And it is a park-wide event where different booths are set up, and we've taken advantage of that opportunity to reach out and speak to people and introduce this fellowship to the area. And we set up a spin wheel, so the kids are, it's very colorful, so the kids kind of flock to it, and they line up all day. It's pretty busy. And we take that opportunity to introduce ourselves to the parents and talk to them about Calvary Chapel Meridian and what goes on here. And it's quite, at Parktacular in particular, it's pretty much a faith community that comes. But it does get really interesting because we have different types of people. We have people that are attending churches, and we try to let them know we're not trying to steal sheep from other churches. We talk to them maybe, I'll talk to them a little bit about being sure that they're in a church where they're being fed. But we really don't talk about that too much. We're careful not to just beat up on other churches. But we also find a lot of people that are not in fellowship at all, who are believers, and for whatever reason, they're disillusioned, or if they're just not finding a home where they feel like God wants them, or where they fit. So we try to encourage people, and try to, personally for me, I try to remind them how important it is to be in fellowship, whether it's at this fellowship or another one by their home. And we try to avail ourselves. I actually offer to find a fellowship by their home. If they're from Mountain Home or whatever, I'll say, hey, you want my number? I'll find a good fellowship for you. So I believe, from my point of view, that when we show people a love and a respect and a care, not just trying to get them to sign up and come to our fellowship, I believe that goes a long way. I think people sense that you really care for their walk, where they are spiritually. And I do think that goes a long ways. We've also ran into a lot of people at Parktacular that have moved here, and there's a lot of people moving up here who have not found a home fellowship. Some of them are, that we meet are looking, and they're seeking a home fellowship. We meet a lot of people like that, and this valley is growing immensely. So we get quite a mix of people there. It can be really interesting. As you know, a lot of you have come out there. Also, we meet a lot of LDS that come out there. So if you have experience in witnessing to LDS or you're former LDS yourself, I'd love to have you come out and help. And of course, even at this Christian, basically a Christian faith event, we do run into unbelievers there too, so you can get an opportunity to witness. It's a little bit different. Later in the year, in September, we're going to do the Meridian Block Party. And at the Meridian Block Party, it's a different crowd. It's more secular. There's a lot more unbelievers that come to that event. And that gets pretty interesting, too. It's a completely different crowd. But you'd be surprised at Parktacular, the amount of believers that are there in different places of their walk. So I just want to kind of wrap it up by saying this. When we're out there at Parktacular, it's kind of a mixed bag. We're encouraging, we're exhorting, we're inviting people to come and visit. It can be really interesting. So I just ask you to pray about coming out and helping out for maybe an hour or two. It's at 1 o'clock to 7 o'clock at Settlers Park, which is a U-stick in Meridian. And if you just have the unction and get moved on Sunday, come on out. But just pray about coming out for maybe an hour or two and help out. Or if you'd like to be in the background, maybe you could stand by the spin wheel and keep the kids under control, because they're coming all day. It's just a line. It's just constant. And we need somebody to kind of babysit the wheel, or somebody behind by the bins, because when these kids hit a number, they win a toy. And they're all excited, so we kind of need a little help corralling the kids. So I would appreciate it if you would just pray about that. And if you have any questions, you can get a hold of, there's an associate pastor here named Eduardo. I think he's got a beard. He's here somewhere, but Ed knows how to get a hold of me, or he'll give you some information. I'll give you my number after the service, but if you need to get any information, just get a hold of Ed. And appreciate you taking the time to listen. Thanks.